Yes, yes.
Ah. So till 1.1.1 to 1.1.12 was the introduction. Now here 1.1.13 onwards, we have the first chapter of Nectar of Instructions. In the last in the introduction, we had two important verses: Anya Bilashita Shunyam, Jnana Karma Dyanavritam, Anukulyena Krishna, Anushilam Bhakti Uttama. The same thing has been compared to Sarvopadi Vinirmuktam, Tatparatvena Nirmalam, Rishikena Rishikesha Sevaram Bhakti Uchyate. Last time we had elaborated description about these two verses, right? 1.1.13 to 15. 13, 14, 15 are the two verses. They are the two verses, the two paragraphs, that is 13, 14, and 15 has been spoken. Shri Bhagavatasya Tritiya Skandecha, third Tritiya Skanda means third canto, 29th chapter, 12 to 14th verse. अहैतुकी अव्यवहिता या भक्ति पुरुषोत्तमे सालोक्य शास्त्री सामीप्य सारूप्येकत्वमप्युत दीयमानं न पश्यन्ति दीयमानं न गृह्णन्ति विना मत्सेवनं जनः. This is more important verse now, 14th verse. One has to memorize. There are 5 types of liberation which a devotee is not interested. Salokya, Shastri, Samipya, Sarupyaikatvamapyuta. This has to be memorized. Like in the previous two, I said, Anyabhilashitashvanyam and Sarvopadi Vinirupaktam. Like this, in this chapter, this verse is very important. Salokya, Shastri, Samipya, Sarupyaikatvam Apyuta, Diyamanam Navgranti Vinamat Sevanam Janaha. I don't want these 5 kinds of liberation if there is no service involved. स एव भक्ति योगाख्या अत्यंतिक उदारतः. This is 15th verse. So third canto Bhagavatam, 29th chapter, 12, 13 and 14th verse in the third canto Bhagavatam speaks about these 3 verses. And that has been given in the 13th verse, 14th verse and the 15th verse of Upadeshamrita. No, sorry, like Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So one of you read first two. Diya, read the first two paragraph, which involves 1.1.13, 14 and 15. Read. Your okay, Aditya, you read first chapter, first and second. You have the book. The book, Diya. Unmute yourself. Yeah, read. Read the first two paragraphs of the chapter 1. If it is becoming okay, Aditya, you read. Next, she will read. You read, Aditya.
Hare Krishna. In Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd canto, 29th chapter, verse 12 and 13, Srila Kapil Dev, while instructing his mother, has given the following characteristics of pure devotional service. My dear mother, those who are my pure devotees and who have no desire for material benefit or philosophical speculation have their minds so much engaged in my service that they are never interested in asking me for anything except to be engaged in that service. They do not even beg to live in my abode with me. There are 5 kinds of liberation, namely to become one with the Lord, to live with the Lord, to live with the Supreme Lord on the same planet, to have the same features as the Lord, to enjoy the same opulences as the Lord, and to live as a companion of the Lord. A devotee, what to speak of rejecting material sense gratification, does not even want any of the 5 kinds of liberation. He is satisfied simply by discharging loving service to the Lord. That is the characteristic of pure devotion. Hare Krishna.
That is the characteristic of pure devotion. He doesn't want even 5 kinds of liberation. What are the 5 kinds of liberation? That is Salokya, having the same loka like Lord Guru Maharaj has. Shastri, having the same opulence, Samipya, being near to Lord, Sarupya, being having the same features like Lord, and Ekatvam, becoming one with Lord. Devotee says, I don't want all these things. Diyamanam na gridhanti, I will not take this. Vinamat sevanam jana. That is why ahaituki apratihata yatma suprasidati. Anyabilashiත shunyam jnanakarmadhyanavrtam Anukulyena Krishna, Anushilam Bhakti Ruttama, Ahaituki, without any cause. Bhagavatam speaks about pure devotional service. Savai pumsam paro dharmo yatho bhakti radhokshaje ahaituki apratiyata yayatma suprasidati. Bhagavatam, second canto, in that verse comes. In the first canto, second chapter, this verse comes. Savai pumsam paro dharmo. What is the real dharma? Paro dharma. Ahai paro dharma. Yatho bhaktir adhokshaje. Serving adhokshaja. One who is beyond the material senses. Ahaituki apratiyata. How? Without any motives. Ahaituki apratiyata. Without any interruption. Performing devotional service. So that has been more elaborately described. Even the hetu of even going and sitting near Lord also a devotee doesn't want. If there is no seva involved, I don't want any service. I don't want any opulence of yours. Loka, 5 types of liberation has been characterized. So read the third verse. No, 1 minute. Now 16th verse. 16th verse is the third paragraph. Salo yet yadi padyashtha bhaktot karsha nirupanam bhakter vishuddhata vyaktya lakshane paryavashyati. So, the description of the excellence of the devotee in the above verse amounts to describing the characteristics of bhakti by revealing its purity. So, excellence of devotees. So, describing what is pure devotional service. Bhakti by revealing its purity. So, bhakti is not such an easy term. And naturally, bhakta is also not a very sahaja term. Bhakta means one who doesn't have any motives. One who continuously performs his devotional service. Ahaituki apratiyata. That is the meaning of bhakti. The devotee does not want anything. No 5 types of liberation also. So that is how the excellence of the devotee and excellence of bhakti has been described. Okay. Read the third paragraph. You continue, Aditya.
In the above statement by Kapil Dev from Srimad Bhagavatam, the actual position of a pure devotee is described, and the primary characteristics of devotional service are also defined. Further characteristics of devotional service are described by Rupa Goswami with evidences from different scriptures. He states that there are 6 characteristics of pure devotional service, which are as follows. Number 1.
1 minute. That is the 17th verse. Again, this verse has to be memorized. 14th verse, you write down the important verses. 14th verse, everybody should know that. In the previous, it was Anyabilashata Shunyam, Sarvopadi Vinirmuktam, these 2 verses, and now the verse should be 14th and 17th. Even if it is not there for exam, memorize this verse because they are important verses there. What are the 6 important characteristics of devotional service? Kleshagni Shubhada Moksha Laguta Kruta Sudurlabha Sandrananda Visheshatma Shri Krishna Karshani Chasa. Nobody is going to ask you verse, but these verses are for our understanding. So that if you write the verse and write the answer, without even seeing what you have written, it is 100 marks. Because when you say Bhakti Shastri, you should be scholarly, not just write in English. So, Kleshagni Shubhada, Moksha Lagut Sudurlabha. Kleshagni Shubhada, Moksha Lagutakrita Sudurlabha. Sandrananda Visheshatma, Shri Krishna Akarshani cha sa. So what are the six characteristics? Kleshagni. When you take up devotional service, first thing what happens? Your kleshas are automatically removed. What are the kleshas? Adhyatmik tapa, adidaitik tapa, adibhautik tapa. When a person takes up sadhana bhakti, initially is what? Sadhana, then bhava, then prema. In this six, first two are for sadhana. All the first four is for bhava. Whole six is for prema. First two at the level of even the sadhana bhakti. Sadhana bhakti means still that prema has done, bhava and prema has not reached. But yes, somebody says, Acharya says, some devotee says, one starts chanting minimum 16 rounds, following four regulatory principles, offering to Lord, waking up early in the morning. Sadhana, Vaidhi Bhakti. Sadhana Bhakti is also known as Vaidhi Bhakti. So, Kleshagni Shubhada. So, two things are there. Kleshagni. The kleshas are automatically removed because he doesn't mingle with the materialistic people. He's interested in doing his sadhana. So naturally, kleshas automatically go away. Even the mind is filled with when I will do the sadhana. So in the mind also negative thoughts and all goes away. Klesha. So adhyatmik tapa, adi bhautik tapa doesn't mix with any materialistic people. So follows the rules and regulations nicely. Atyahara priyasascha prajalpo nemagrah janasangascha shaudaudyam cha shadvir bhakti vinashyati. He knows that all these things, six things will destroy his devotion. Utsaha nishchaya dhairya tat karma pravartana sangatyagat sato vrte shadvir bhakti prasiddhati. He knows the six things which is going to enhance his devotional service. So he has association of the devotees. So naturally six, a good association. So Adi Bhautik Tapa is not there. Adhyatmik Tapa is not there because he doesn't eat outside food. He's only interested in Krishna Prasadam. So even the body is healthy, mind is healthy because negative thoughts automatically goes away if he's interested in sadhana. So what happens? Adi Adhyatmik Tapa, Adi Bhautik Tapa, Adi Daivik Tapa. Even the devatas are very happy with the one who takes up devotion service. So not much risk is given to the devotees. So in this way, the Kleshagni. Agni means it is completely remote. Kleshagni. Shubhada, he brings Mangalya in his life. Morning, waking up early in the morning, attending Mangalarti, chanting the holy name. So this brings Mangalya in his life. Shubhada. Shubhada means auspiciousness. So the first thing in the level of sadhana is two features. What are the two features? Kleshagni, Shubhada. Slowly when the stage of Ruchi comes, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava. So at that time, that the taste enhances. Another two things again emanates. What is that? Moksha laguta, krita. Even that moksha, so-called moksha, trying to be alone, going somewhere in solitary place, not taking up much of anxiety, thinking just about one's own upliftment. A devotee, you see, he takes all types of prayasa. He does too much of prayasa. He works hard. He's not interested in so-called liberation. Just now we saw the five types of liberation. He's not interested in all these things. For him, moksha becomes laguta krita, insignificant. Lagu, it becomes insignificant because the position of bhakti is more superior to even moksha. Sudurlabha. Then he understands how rare is to get devotional service. The rarity of the position of bhakti. How bhakti is the most rarest thing. Everything can be available in the market, but getting pure devotion service, it is sudurlabha. Su means specially, like you want to emphasize on a subject. At the time you say su, not just durlabha, it is sudurlabha. It is most difficult to get devotion. To get devotion service of Krishna is also not so easy. Sudurlabha. Sandrananda, then these now four are for Bhava Bhakti. Prema Bhakti, Sandrananda, he experiences that Sandrananda, condensed form of bliss, Visheshatma. Sandrananda Visheshatma, Shri Krishna Akarshani Chasa. he has become a Visheshatma because he has attained that Sandrananda. He is experiencing that Ananda within his mind. At that level of prema, he experiences that Ananda. That is why he becomes a Visheshatma. How is it he is a Visheshatma, special soul? Because even he can attract Krishna. Sri Krishna Akarshanichasa. He has the capacity to attract Krishna. Like Ananta Alvar in Tirumala, he was given the task of maintaining the garden. So that is a task given by Sripad Ramanujacharya. When the first flowers come, immediately tie them and take to Lord. So he was tying the flowers as soon as he plucked, and Lord gave the message, call Ananta Alvar through a pujari. Pujari comes and says, Lord has called you. He says, ask Lord to wait. I'll finish off my work. I'll bring the flowers. When he brought the flowers, Lord said, I don't want your flowers. You are not obeying to my orders. I called you. So you get lost from here. He says, you have no right to tell me to get lost from here because you are also in a rented place. I am also in a rented place. So Balaji is in there in Varaha Kshetra, na? So you are one rented person cannot tell another rented person to go out. So he takes the flowers and he walks off. The Lord comes behind. He says, you are really a pure devotee. Because he has followed the instructions of his Guru, Sripad Ramanujacharya, that to pluck the flowers, first make the garland, then give to Lord. So for him, instruction of the spiritual master is much more than the orders of the Supreme Lord. So Lord, he can, the capacity to attract Lord, that is only for such specially realized souls, specially blessed souls. Visheshatma Shri Krishna Akarshani Chasa. So in this way, the 6 characteristics can be found in a person who has got prema. First 2 is for sadhana, then first 4 is for bhava, first 6 is for prema bhakti. Okay, continue reading, Aditya.
He states that there are 6 characteristics of pure devotional service, which are as follows. 1. Pure devotional service brings immediate relief from all kinds of material distress. Second, pure devotional service is the beginning of all auspiciousness. Third, pure devotional service automatically puts one in transcendental pleasure. Fourth, pure devotional service is rarely achieved. 5. Those in pure devotional service derive even the conception of liberation. 6. The devotional service is the only means to attract Krishna. Krishna is all attractive, but pure devotional service attracts even him. This means that pure devotional service is even transcendentally stronger than Krishna himself because it is Krishna's internal potency. Hare Krishna.
1.1, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 5 verses. 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. That describes the first 5 paragraphs. Okay. So the first thing, relief from material distress. One characteristics are described. Kleshagni has been described. So first 5 paragraphs. That is 18th is the first, 19th is the second, 20th is the third, 21 is fourth, 22 is the fifth one. Okay. Let us see 18th verse. Now pramana has been given. The topic is what? Kleshagni. So Mahaprabhu has given a drop in the Shashwamed Ghat for 10 days. Drop of devotional service. Same drop has been converted into ocean by Rupa Goswami. And in 1970s, the same instructions has been put into writing in the form of a summary by Srila Prabhupada. That was in 1970s. In Vrindavan he did this. So he taught actually. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu was taught by Srila Prabhupada. The summary we can find in this. So now 18th verse. 1.1.18, 19. Both has been given. 18, 19. Okay. 18th verse. Tatrasya kleshaghratvam kleshasthu papam tadbijam avidya cheti te tridha. So the first topic is ability to destroy all suffering. Sufferings are of threefold: sinful reactions, seed of reaction, and ignorance. Sinful reactions, there is papam, kleshastu papam, sinful reactions. Bijam, tadbijam, avidya, ignorance. So these are the sufferings. Tatra papam, aprarabdham, bhavet papam, prarabdham, cheti tadvidha. Again, first sinful reactions will be discussed now. Sinful reactions are of two types. Aprarabdham, prarabdham. Aprarabdham means it is going to come future. Prarabdham, already we are suffering. Like a child is born with some deficiencies, defects, or maybe he is stuck up in some case and all these things. Aprarabdha. He doesn't want, but he is suffering. But, sorry, prarabdha means already it is there. Aprarabdha in the future it is going to come. So bhakti has the ability to remove. The person seriously does bhakti, he can remove aprarabdham. He can even destroy the seed of sins. He can remove aprarabdham, future whatever he is going to face. Well, now he has changed his karmas totally. Now he's changed the karma so much that now he's now not into sakarma and vikarma. Sakarma and vikarma, but he is into akarma. So in this way, because he has completely changed the karmas, his aprarabdham can be removed, but prarabdham cannot be. But if he does for pure devotional service, prarabdham will not affect him. Like there is a barking dog, the barking dog will bark. This person is not seeing that barking dog, so it will also vanish. The two types of uh, reactions has been given. So there are three. The topic is sufferings are of three types: sinful reactions, seed of reactions, ignorance. In that sinful reactions, two types: aprarabdham, prarabdham. Okay. Now read first paragraph. First paragraph and second paragraph describes 18th and 19th. Read.
Hare Krishna. In Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says that one should surrender unto Him, giving up all other engagements. The Lord also gives His word there that He will protect surrendered souls from the reactions of all sinful activities. Rupa Goswami says that the distresses from sinful activities are due both to the sins themselves and to the sin committed in our past lives. Generally, one sinful activities once generally one commits sinful activities due to ignorance, but ignorance is no excuse for evading the reaction sinful activities. Sinful activities are of two kinds: those that are mature and those that are not mature. The sinful activities for which we are suffering at the present moment are called mature. The many sinful activities stored within us for which we have not yet suffered are considered immature. For example, a man may have committed criminal acts but not yet been arrested for them. Now, as soon as he is detected, arrest is awaiting him. Similarly, for some of our sinful activities, we are awaiting distress in the future, and for others, which are mature, we are suffering at the present moment. In this way, there is a chain of sinful activities and their concomitant distresses, and the conditioned soul is suffering life after life due to these sins. He is suffering in the present life the result of sinful activities from his past life, and he is meanwhile creating further suffering for his future life. Mature sinful activities are exhibited if one is suffering from some chronic disease, if one is suffering from some legal implication, if one is born in a low and degraded family, or if one is uneducated or very ugly. Hare Krishna.
Now the same thing has been put in. Now the quotation is given from Bhagavatam. See, Rupa Goswami, what he has done is giving from Bhagavatam the same quotations. Like you had the features of devotional service. The features has been described before that. Features has been given afterwards. But before that, what has been described? That a devotee, the excellence of devotional service, that has been described. After that, excellence has been given, so the quotation from third canto has been given. Then the 6 features has been given. Now, about where is the proof for it? What is pramanam? Srimad Bhagavatam Amala Pramanam. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says 5 aspects has to be taken. That 5 aspects. In that first aspect is one has to serve the son of Nanda Baba. He is the Supreme Lord. In that only describing what comes Srimad Bhagavatam Amala Pramanam. That is also Amala Pramanam. There is no mistake in it. Even a small tinge of mistake is not there. So 1.1.20 is the third paragraph. Tatra aprarabdam haratvam yatha ekadashe in the 11th canto. How aprarabdam goes away. Yatha susami dharchihi karoti edhamsi भस्मसात् तथा मद विषया भक्ति उद्धवत namsi कृत्स्नः. So here is an example of destroying all aprarabdha's reaction from the 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. My dear Uddhava, devotional service in relationship with me is like a blazing fire that can burn to ashes all the fuel of sinful reactions supplied to it. So bhakti has so much of power that it can destroy all the sinful activities supplied to it. The person takes up pure devotional service. And what is pure devotional service? Always remembering Krishna, never forgetting Krishna. Every moment one has to remember Krishna. Time has been given so that we can utilize Krishna's service. If I don't utilize the time in Krishna's service involves chanting of the holy name, thinking of the projects of Krishna, working for Krishna, seva for Krishna, even going to office, thinking about how to earn and how to spend in Krishna's service. So that is a purpose. Purpose of the things given to us, purpose of the facilities given to us. The body is the first facility, human body. So in this human body, always thinking about Krishna. So that is devotional service. It's like a blazing fire. It can remove, it can burn all the sinful activities into ashes. Okay, 11.14.19 is the verse. So read third paragraph, continue reading.
There are many results of our sinful activities for which we are suffering at the present moment, and we may be suffering in the future due to our present sinful activities. But all of these reactions to sinful deeds can immediately be stopped if we take to Krishna consciousness. As evidence, as evidence for this, Rupa Goswami quotes from Srimad Bhagavatam, 11th canto, 14th chapter, verse 19. This verse is in connection with Lord Krishna's instruction to Uddhava, where he says, "My dear Uddhava, devotional service unto me is just like a blazing fire which can burn into ashes unlimited fuel supplied to it. The purport is that as the blazing fire can burn any amount of fuel to ashes, so devotional service to the Lord in Krishna consciousness can burn up all the fuel of sinful activities. For example, in the Gita, Arjuna thought that fighting was a sinful activity, but Krishna engaged him on the battlefield under his order, and so the fighting became devotional service. Therefore, Arjuna was not subjected to any sinful reaction.
So the fighting was done because Lord wanted. It is not that Arjuna wanted. Arjuna did not want. In fact, Arjuna wanted to run away from the battlefield. Vaikshamapi halo, okay, he says, let me go and beg. But then it is because Krishna ordered he fought. So that is why he will never face any sinful reactions. Now 21st paragraph. That is the 4th paragraph of that relief from material distress. Prarabdha haratvam means removing. Aprarabdham haratvam we saw. Prarabdham haratvam, where it is spoken? In the 3rd canto, 33rd chapter, 6th verse. See how expertly Rupa Goswami removed these quotations. Is it not something very wonderful? Removing the quotations to prove what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has told is right. This is known as scholarly, from where we are just reading. And that has been presented, third canto, 33rd chapter, 6th verse. Prarabdham haratvam yatha tritiye. Yannamadeye Shravananukirtana Yat Prahavanad Yat Smaranad Api Kvachit Shvadopi Satyah Savanaya Kalpate Kutah Punaste Bhagavantu Darshanat. So this is the proof of destroying prarabdha reactions from the third canto of Bhagavatam. To say nothing of the spiritual advancement of persons to see the spiritual Supreme Lord face to face, even a person born in a family of dog eaters immediately becomes eligible to perform Vedic sacrifices if he once utters the holy name of the Supreme Lord or chants about him, hears about his pastimes, offers him obeisances, and even remembers him. So he may be born in a very low class. Swadaha means the the sin of eating dog flesh. No accidental sin of is given here. It is not that he is interested. Accidental sin. Born in such a family, what to do? Took it. But if he takes up devotional service, he will be relieved of all these prarabdhas. He is born in a very low family. Like Mlechas were converted into devotees by Srila Prabhupada. This is the proof. Mlechas are even lower than the Shudras. At least Shudras, they come in four varnas. But Mlechas, they don't come in this category. They are basically the cow eaters, dog eaters, cow eaters. Such degraded people. But what a fortune now they have. Just because Srila Prabhupada gave them devotional service, they have the right to perform the Vedic rituals. So that is how the prarabdha karma is removed. Even a prarabdha karma can be removed, prarabdha karma also can be removed. If a person takes up pure devotional service, thus performs sadhana very nicely, then he has the ability to remove his prarabdha and aprarabdhas. Okay, read, continue.
Srila Rupa Goswami quotes another verse from the third canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 33rd chapter, verse 6, in which Devahuti addresses her son Kapiladev and says, "My dear Lord, there are 9 different kinds of devotional service, beginning with hearing and chanting. Anyone who hears about your pastimes, who chant about your glories, who offer you obeisances, who think of you, and in this way execute any of the 9 kinds of devotional service, even if he is born in a family of dog eaters, the lowest grade of mankind, becomes immediately qualified to perform sacrifices. As such, how is it possible that anyone actually engaged in devotional service in full Krishna consciousness has not become purified? It is not possible. One who is engaged in Krishna consciousness and devotional service has without doubt become freed from all contaminations of material sinful activities. Devotional service, therefore, has the power to actually nullify all kinds of reactions to the sinful deed. A devotee is nevertheless always alert not to commit any sinful activities. This is specific qualification as a devotee. Thus, Srimad Bhagavatam states that by performing devotional service, a person who was born even in a family of a dog eaters may become eligible to take part in the performance of the ritualistic ceremonies recommended in the Vedas. It is implicit in this statement that a person born into a family of dog eaters is generally not fit for performing yajna or sacrifice. The priestly caste in charge of performing these ritualistic ceremonies recommended in the Vedas is called the Brahmana order. Unless one is a Brahmana, he cannot perform these ceremonies. Hare Krishna.
So unless a person is a Brahmana, he cannot perform the devotional service. But a sadhaka, if a person does his sadhana very nicely, he has ability to remove his prarabdha karmas also. Now comes the fifth paragraph, that is 22nd. दुर्जातिर् एव सवनायोग्यत्वे कारणं मतं दुर्जात्यारम्भक्तं दुर्जा दुर्जात्यारम्भकं बकं पापं यत् स्यात् प्रारब्धम् एव तत्. It was understood that low birth of the dog eater is a cause of his disqualification for performing sacrifice. A sinful reaction by which he attains such low birth in this life is called prarabdha sin. Now about prarabdha has been spoken. Continue.
A person is born in a Brahmana family or in a family of dog eaters due to his past activities. If a person is born in a family of dog eaters, it means that his past activities were all sinful. But if even such a person takes to the part of devotional service and begins to chant the holy names of the Lord, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, he is at once fit to perform the ritualistic ceremonies. This means that his sinful reactions have immediately become neutralized.
So somewhere it is said that he has got good qualities. That is why Bhakti could transform such dog eater. He has good nature. Because of some sins, he is suffering to be born in a low family. But how Bhakti transformed him? Because he has good nature. That is why it transformed. Okay, 23rd verse. Padma Purane cha aprarabdha phalam papam kutam bijam phalonmukam krameniva praliyeta Vishnu Bhakti Ratatmanam. This also you have to memorize. So what are those? Uh, how step by step 4 types of uh, karmic reactions are removed. Aprarabdam phalam papam kutam bijam phalonmukam krameniva praliyeta Vishnu Bhakti Ratatmanam. Whoever is Vishnu Bhakti Ratatmanam, whoever is performing devotional service to Vishnu, what first thing you will remove? Aprarabdham. Aprarabdham is removed. Kutam, Bijam, then Prarabdham, Palonmukham. So Kutam means the paraphernalia automatically changes. Kutam, the things which enhances the person to do sins. It can be good reaction, bad reaction. A Prarabdham, he will be very rich person in the future, more rich. More he will be going to clubs and pubs. Now he's born in a very rich family. That is also one sinful reaction. Just how is it sinful reaction? He's born in a rich family and then he's forgetting devotional service, and what will happen? He'll be more engrossed in wasting his money. But because he's chanting the holy name, that Aprarabdha, he would have gone and become a very bad man. Example I'll give you. Our live example is our Gautam. He's owner of 200 crore property. His father is the owner of 200 crores. Now just see Gautam is so sincere. He's so sincere. He's chanting the holy name. So now he could have messed up his life by using his father's money and going to clubs and pubs just because he has taken up devotional service, grooming the temple, being sincere in his studies. What happened? The prarabdham is automatically removed. Kutam, the paraphernalia around him, is becoming pure. You have to see the live example, then you can understand. Kutam. Even born in a rich family is also a curse, actually. It's a curse. Don't think it is a very nice thing because you're surrounded by people who are into drinking, smoking, and enjoying lavish life. So Kutam, he has made his mother also a devotee. Just see. His mother comes and serves the temple very nicely. The Kutam is also changed. His father is becoming taken up devotional service slowly, he's also progressing. That is how The devotional service can change the whole thing. And prarabdham, now what to do? Born in rich family, utilizing the money in Krishna service. That is how even born in a rich family is also a curse. Born in a poor family with all deformity and whatever it may be. A person takes up devotional service, all that also goes on. Born in a militia family, but still performing Vedic rituals. How many foreigners in ISKCON are performing Vedic rituals are seen just because of Srila Prabhupada's mercy? Or actually, foreigners have no right to perform Vedic rituals. But they are all dog eaters and cow eaters. They don't have a right. Just because they've taken up devotional service. To such an extent, they don't even have the right to give initiation. But how they're giving initiation? Why? Because it's Prabhupada's mercy on them. Because Shatkarmas, in the Shatkarmas, only Brahmin can do that. Even Kshatriyas cannot do Shatkarmas. And what are the Shatkarmas? Performing Vedic rituals, doing yajna, getting the yajna done. Giving mantra, taking mantra. Giving charity, taking charity. Only Brahman can do that. Now, giving mantra is only initiation. Na? How foreigners are able to give initiation? According to the Vedic rules, they should not do that. They are not authorized for that. But they had eaten dog. They are coming from later family. But still they are giving. That's only because of Prabhupada's purity. And that is because they have taken up pure devotional service. Because of pure devotional service, the prarabdha karma does not affect them. Or according to the prarabdha karma, they should not do that. Prarabdha karma, that is how prarabdham is destroyed, puta is destroyed, the paraphernalia is destroyed, the whole paraphernalia becomes purified. Bija, whatever sinful reactions in the form of seed is there, that will not fructify. And prarabdham, whatever is suffering, that also will be removed. So these are the step by step, these four are destroyed. Okay. Read 23rd, small paragraph. Read.
It is stated in the Padma Puran that there are four kinds of effects due to sinful activities, which are listed as follows. 1. The effect that is not yet fructified. 2. The effect that is lying as seed. 3. The effect that is already mature. And 4. The effect that is almost mature. It is also stated that all these four effects become immediately vanquished for those who surrender unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu, and becomes engaged in his devotional service in full Krishna consciousness.
Read further. That paragraph is also for 23rd. Read.
Those effects, described as almost mature, refers to the distress from which one is suffering at present, and the effects lying as seed are in the core of the heart, where there is a certain stock of sinful desires which are like seeds. The Sanskrit word kutam means that they are already almost ready to produce the seed or the effect of the seed. An immature effect refers to the
That
case
is
where
what
this.
on the bottom, the paraphernalia where now seeds can fructify. The favorable conditions given. Okay, read.
An immature effect refers to the case where the seedling has not begun. From this statement of Padma Puran, it is understood that the material contamination is very subtle. Its beginning, its fruition, and results, and how one suffers such result in the form of distress are part of a great chain. When one catches some disease, it is often very difficult to ascertain the cause of the disease, where it originated, and how it is maturing. The suffering of a disease, however, does not appear all of a sudden. It actually takes time. And as in the medical field, for precaution's sake, the doctor injects a vaccination to prevent the growing of a contamination. The practical injection to stop all the fructifications of the seed of our sinful activities is simply engagement in Krishna consciousness.
Okay, now 24th one. Bija haratvam yatha shashte. In the 6th canto, 2nd chapter, 17th verse. What is given? How Bhakti destroys Bija. Prarabdham, aprarabdham has been spoken, right? Now, how Bhakti destroys even Bija. Bija, Puta, that has to be described now. Now, Bija. Three things was given, now. That is reactions, then Bija, and then Avidya. That was given. Now, about Bija has been given here. Bija haratvam ythashashti. Taistani aghani payante tapodana vritadibi na dharmajam tad hridayam tad api shangri sevaya. Bhakti destroys Bija, namely material desires. So even the desire is not there in the heart. The desire is a seed of sin. Material desire is a seed of sin. That is why a devotee has to be very careful. He cannot keep step in both the places. Having material desires as well as maintaining devotion doesn't work. These two go ill to each other. Like in Taraju, if you put in one place, it is going to go down, that will go up. You cannot balance both. You cannot simultaneously have material desire at the same time perform devotional service. So one cannot progress then in devotional service because material desire is the seed of sin. And the devotional service has the capacity to remove this seed also. Initially, a person may maintain the seed, but as and when he progresses chanting the holy name, even this desire also goes away. Okay, I'll read the paragraph. Next paragraph.
In this connection, Sukhdev Goswami speaks in the 6th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 2nd chapter, verse 17, about the story of Ajamila, who began life as a fine and dutiful Brahman, but who in his young manhood became fully corrupted by a prostitute. At the end of his wicked life, just by calling the name Narayan, Krishna, he was saved despite so much sin. Shukdev points out that austerity, charity, and performance of ritualistic ceremonies for counteracting sinful activities are recommended processes, but that by performing them one cannot remove the sinful desire seed from the heart, as was the case with Ajamila in his youth. This sinful desire seed can be removed only by achieving Krishna consciousness, and this can be accomplished very easily by chanting the Maha Mantra or Hare Krishna mantra as recommended by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. In other words, unless one adopts the path of devotional service, he cannot be 100% clean from all the reactions of sinful activities. Hare Krishna.
Continue.
Okay. By performing Vedic ritualistic activities, by giving money in charity, and by undergoing austerity, one can temporarily become free from the reactions of sinful activities, but at the next moment, he must again become engaged in sinful activities. For example, a person suffering from venereal disease on account of excessive indulgence in sex life has to undergo some severe pain in medical treatment, and he is then cured for the time being. But because he has not been able to remove the sex desire from his heart, he must again indulge in the same thing and become a victim of the same disease. So medical treatment may give temporary relief from the distress of such venereal disease, but unless one is trained to understand that sex life is abominable, it is impossible to be saved from such repeated distress. Similarly, the ritualistic performances, charity, and austerity that are recommended in the Vedas may temporarily stop one from acting in sinful ways, but as long as the heart is not clear, one will have to repeat sinful activities again and again. Hare Krishna.
Give next paragraph also the same thing.
Another example given in Srimad Bhagavatam concerns the elephant who enters into a lake and takes a bath very seriously and cleansing his body thoroughly. Then, as soon as he comes onto shore, he again takes some dust from the earth and throws it over his body. Similarly, a person who is not trained in Krishna consciousness cannot become completely free from the desire for sinful activities. Neither the yoga process nor philosophical speculations nor fruitive activities can save one from the seeds of sinful desires. Only by being engaged in devotional service can this be done. Hare Krishna.
Next, 25th verse is the last verse. So three reactions was told, na? Three kleshas will go. That is sinful reactions. In that prarabdha both came. Then bijam, then ajnanam, avidya, right? That was how it started. Now ajnanam haranti avidya haratvam yatha chaturthe. Yatha chaturthe. Fourth canto, 22nd chapter, 39th verse. Yadupad pankaj palash vilas bhaktya कर्माशयं ग्रथितम् उद्ग्रथयन्ति सन्तः तद्वन्न रिक्तमतयो यतयोऽपि रूढा श्रोतो गणास्तं मरणं भज वासुदेवम् avidya. So bhakti has the ability to remove avidya. The devotees, by actions of service to the toes of the lotus feet of the Lord, can very easily overcome the knot of ignorance, carrying unlimited impressions of karma, tied tightly by action. Because this is very difficult, the empty-minded, non-devotees, jnanis, yogis, although trying to stop the flow of sense activities, cannot do so. They are empty-minded. Tad tad na rikta matayo yatayo pirudha. They are bound by their karmas. It is said devotees, because they are attached to the service of Krishna, can remove the knot of ignorance. Same thing, jnani and yogis cannot do that. Therefore, you are advised to engage in the devotional service of Krishna. Jnanis and the yogis are rikta matayo. Their mind is empty-minded. And a devotee can easily remove the knot of ignorance from previous life impressions it is coming. But still he can remove because he is engrossed in devotional service. That is the power of devotion. It removes avidya, ignorance. Avidya means forgetfulness of Krishna. And because of forgetfulness of Krishna, a lot of material desires are there. And material desires leads to karma. Karma leads to reactions. 4 types of reactions: aprarabdham, kutam, bijam, prarabdham. So if a devotional service is there, all these 4 can be easily removed. So first thing, avidya is removed, bijam is removed, and at the same time, avidya is removed. The reactions are also removed. Okay, read the last paragraph and we will end the class here.
There is another evidence in the fourth canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 22nd chapter, verse 39, wherein Sanat Kumar says, "My dear king, the false ego of a human being is so strong that it keeps him in material existence as if tied up by a strong rope. Only the devotees can cut off the knot of this strong rope very easily by engaging themselves in Krishna consciousness. Others who are not in Krishna consciousness, but who are trying to become great mystics or great ritual performers, cannot advance like the devotees. Therefore, it is the duty of everyone to engage himself in the activities of Krishna consciousness in order to be freed from the tight knot of false ego and engagement in material activities." Next paragraph, also, Mataji.
No. Come here now. 1 minute, let me see what is the next
Yeah.
paragraph. Yeah. Next paragraph is 26th. Finish of that also. That will do it to 26th verse 1. Padmecha कृतानुयात्रा विद्याभेद हरिभक्तिर अनुत्तमा अविद्यां निर्दहत्याशु दावज्वालेन pannagim. Padma Puran also says, as a forest fire burns female snake demon, supreme devotion quickly burns up avidya completely by the knowledge of vidya which accompanies bhakti. Why female snake has been given? Female snakes are very dangerous. Nagin. Naga has a diamond which it comes out, and that is how that diamond attracts the insects. It has so much of light. It has a diamond in the throat, big diamond, Nag, and they remove it. That all you can see uh, in villages and all very. And if you try to kill that snake because of the attraction to diamond, Nagin will not leave. It is said even frogs, some big frogs, they have small diamond. They remove, they gulp out, and that diamond attracts insects. It is easy for the frog to take the insects. Yesterday I was hearing this. That is a female snake. They are very dangerous. Very envious. They are very envious. Badlaka tendency they have. So forest fire can remove such enviousness, avidya, completely by the knowledge of vidya. Okay, read the last paragraph.
This tight knot of false ego is due to ignorance. As long as one is ignorant about his identity, he is sure to act wrongly and thereby become entangled in material contamination. This ignorance of actual knowledge can also be dissipated by Krishna consciousness, as is confirmed in the Padma Puran as follows. Pure devotional service in Krishna consciousness is the highest enlightenment, and when such enlightenment is there, it is just like a blazing forest fire, killing all the inauspicious snakes of desire. The example is being given in this connection that when there is a forest fire, the extensive blazing automatically kills all the snakes in the forest. There are many, many snakes on the grounds of the forest, and when a fire takes place, it burns the dried foliage, and the snakes are immediately attacked. Animals who have four legs can flee from the fire or can at least try to flee, but the snakes are immediately killed. Similarly, the blazing fire of Krishna consciousness is so strong that the snakes of ignorance are immediately killed. Hare Krishna.
So we'll stop here. Any doubts? So next is Kleshagni Shubhada, all auspicious. So that will be there in the next class. That is in right on Wednesday. Okay.
हरे कृष्णा।
Yes. Tell me.
हरे कृष्णा। जैसे माता जी ने बोला कि मेरे बारे में बोला थी, मैंने चैंटिंग चालू किया इसलिए चेंज हुआ, पर एक्चुअल सच्चाई तो ये है कि माता जी जो बोलते हैं मैं वही करता हूँ, इसकी वजह से ही मेरी जिंदगी पूरी बदलना चालू हो रही है। वो चैंटिंग से ज्यादा मैंने अपने जो भी माता जी बोलते हैं मैं उस पर ज्यादा ध्यान देता हूँ, इसलिए सब मेरा चेंज होने लगा। तो माता जी के चरण कमल में मेरा कोटि कोटि प्रणाम। हरे कृष्ण।
पञ्चकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यः च पतितनं पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। वैष्णव वृंद की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। Praying Lord Jagannath to give all humbleness and continuous seva Gautam. Hari Bol.